want to show you how easy it is to download documentation, sync it to Solving AI, and have an immediate assistant directly in your product. So let's start by creating what we call a ShowMe, which is an assistant using the documentation URL as well as the website URL. So we will start by creating an account, which I'll receive a code for rather quickly. Just log into my email. We'll get the code sent out automatically. Use that code. All right, so this is where we start creating the ShowMe. So we're gonna start with the URL here of the documentation. Then we will use the website documentation, which should be right here. And then we select the languages that we'd like to move forward with. So for the sake of missive, we'll go with English and French. We'll create a ShowMe. And automatically, Solving AI is ingesting the Knowledge Center documentation as well as the context from the website, meaning who's using it, why, what are the value propositions, and who is this best suited for to ensure that ShowMe has context when people reach the application. So right away, you can see the About section is filled in. You can see that we can also choose the styling and the supported languages, which here we will add French, and we will choose English, though, as our default language. You'll also notice that in the Knowledge Center, the extracted documentation already appears here, but we can add additional information. So this is where we could record ourselves, automatically sharing information by screen sharing directly in the product, or we could simply add files. Those could be videos, those could be PDFs, or even text information. So let's start right away by using the ShowMe ID and then logging into the platform or signing up for the platform here. Okay, so we'll choose this email collaboration, small team size, industry, and let's say word of mouth here. Okay, start using missive. So right away, we will add this information here. I will close this tab. Organization name, Solving AI. We will go through the initial setup. We will do this later and then start free trial. Okay, so right away, I'm in the app. Typically, when we log into SaaS Application, we notice the help assistant or the chat, right, lying at the bottom right. Here we have, so we have a Gitbook integration, right? So this is probably linked to documentation. So if I say, hey, how do I get started? It's likely going to fetch some information from the documentation. Yeah, so here we can see the initial prompt. Okay, so quick start would take me, there you go. So it takes me to a documentation item that kind of lists what I have to do first. So it's not extremely interactive. I kind of have to follow documentation here. If I wanted to chat to someone, I don't know if I'm able to at this point. So I'm going to close this, and then we're going to load the ShowMe extension. So I'm going to use the same ID I was using before. I'm going to enable this for this domain. This is my extension, but obviously, clients could use the JavaScript ingestion, and they could obviously put that directly in the code. So let's see here if we ask ShowMe how to start, what the difference in experience will be.
Hi, I'm ShowMe, your guide for missive. Please enable your microphone to begin.
Yeah, how do I get started here?
To get started, you'll need to connect your personal email account. If you're setting up Missive for your company, you'll do this after signing up. Would you like to know more about connecting shared accounts or inviting colleagues?
Yeah, allow me to connect my email first.
To connect your email, you'll need to go to Settings, then Accounts, and then click on Add Account.
Yeah,
Would you like me to go?
Yeah, can you take me through that, please?
To begin, click on the Settings button, located in the top left corner of the screen. Great. Now, click on Email Accounts to proceed with connecting your email.
Perfect.
Now, click on the Add an Account button to connect your email.
Awesome. Okay, I got it from here. And then how do I...
Welcome back. How can I assist you today with Missive?
Yeah, how do I add different users? So I want to invite a couple of my team members here.
To invite colleagues, you'll need to go to Settings, then Users, select your organization, and click Add User.
Okay. Where are users? I can't find it.
You are currently in the main menu. After clicking Settings, you will find Users within the Settings menu.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, awesome.
Great. Now click on the Add User button to invite your team
Perfect.
members.
I got it from here. Thank you. Okay, so here, obviously, ShowMe already has an idea of where things lie. This is V1, so there might be variance, and this is where, if we go back to the knowledge here, this is where we could record ourselves and just clarify a few things. You know, it takes no more than 5-10 minutes to do a lay of the land in the product. So here, let's give it a shot. So I'm going to share my screen directly into Missive, and I'm going to clarify a few things. Okay, so ShowMe, just to make sure it's clear, the settings are not this plus button. It's actually the AB, which is my name, but for other customers, it would be just the image of their account with the green button here. Then we would click on settings here, then users, right? And in order to connect an email account, then it's the little plus button or the arrow down, which then you can connect your email accounts here. So I've synced this information. Now that I go back to Solving AI, we'll notice that the video is processing. I'll just finally process it. It will sync to the back end. And that's going to do two things for me. It's going to create a baseline of information that's adding on to what I previously had in the documentation, but it also gives us the ability to create a slideshow, right? So I can select this video, and this will allow me to configure a potential slideshow for users, which can be laid out directly in a product nudge in the product. It could be sent to customers. You control these steps here, but ShowMe obviously takes care of the entire documentation component of it. So let's go back into Missive and try to ask the question again and see how that will have an effect on the answer now.
Welcome back. How can I assist you today with Missive?
Hey, I need to add users to this account. How do I do that?
To add users, first, click on your profile icon in the top left corner of the application. It's the icon with a small green indicator.
I got it.
Now, from the drop-down menu, select Settings. Next, in the left-hand navigation pane,
Beautiful.
click on Users.
I got it from here. So right away we see that ShowMe's synced the documentation, and right away there's an update in the flow. So it's that simple. If we spend a few minutes laying out where things lie directly in the product, this is how the documentation gets smarter and smarter about the layout of the product, but also the deeper functionalities. That way we don't have to create documentation. We don't have to sync new documentation. We can simply teach ShowMe how things are evolving in the product without having to spend too much time going through that. So I'll get back to the product here, show you a few additional things. We can also create product nudges, right? So here, those would be pushing flows to users, right? So allowing them to discover by simply pressing on a button directly in the product. So I'll give you an example. Let's say we want to have them start when they log in by adding users, right? The same way we did it. So I'll call this add users, we'll submit, and then we're gonna create what we call a live guidance, which is basically a predetermined flow which remains interactive. But here, let's say add users, and then all we're gonna do is say to ShowMe, walk users through how to add new users to their account, which is exactly what we just did on a poll format, but now we'll allow the push to happen. So we're going to sync this to the live guidance, which we'll have here, add users, and then we'll define what the pop-up message is. So here, let's call it add new users. We're going to select the page URL. By the way, this could be different triggers. This could be based on different users permissions. This could be based on a variety of different things. But for the sake of this, we'll just choose the main page landing here. So we'll choose equals this exact URL, and then we will save this, which will create the link between the two. And if we go back to Missive, we should see the activation of the new users. And when we click this, it will walk us through the flow of adding a user.
To add new users, first click on your profile icon in the top left corner of the application. Now, from the drop-down menu, select Settings. Next, in the left-hand navigation pane, click on Users.
There we go. So this allows us to help users navigate the product, discover different areas without having to ask too many questions. It's a good way to prompt users to create different tasks that we want them to perform anywhere in the product. These nudges could be positioned elsewhere. They could be hidden in some pages. You have full control over the visibility of it, but you can also define what those flows represent and how you walk users through the onboarding and the initial usage of the platform. So finally, I'll share the analytics portion, which is how we can track the sessions, the interactions, the customer satisfaction, as well as some of the ratios related to that. We also track the very sessions, right? So ShowMe will track the user ID, the session summary. In this case, I didn't communicate the user ID, so it's not being tracked. But if we were to add this in the JavaScript and link a communication from the users, then we would be able to track the user ID in this case. But we would track the very sessions, when it happened, the duration. And ShowMe can also create tickets, which can live here. They can also be pushed to a Zendesk or a different ticketing system. The goal is obviously to reduce the amount of tickets that come forward, but if there are bugs or things that happen in the product, we still have a way of creating that where users can ask to create a ticket, or ShowMe can also propose to create a ticket if it notices an issue in the product. I can give you an example of this directly here.
Welcome back. How can I assist you today with Missive?
Hey, I'm keep clicking on calendar and it won't open. I feel like there's an issue here.
I understand you're having trouble opening the calendar. It seems like there might be an issue with the application. Would you like me to create a ticket for this?
Yes, please.
Okay, I've created a ticket for the calendar issue.
Thank you. So here, if we take a look, it will automatically create the ticket, link the session ID as well as the user ID if it's communicated. It will give a product problem description, and this is exactly what we can sync to ticketing systems. And the alerts obviously will be based on the ticket creation. It can be sent by email. It can be sent directly as a notification within the app. But this is something that you have full control over. So this is the essence of a quick setup of Solving AI. There's a lot of depth to it if you add documentation, and a lot of flexibility in terms of creating those different flows and those different push items in order to help users navigate your product.